Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Driveway Engineer. I'm JR. Happy Saturday morning. Enjoy your weekend. I hope you're off to a great start. I should be prepping the site for my new building today while you're watching this. So, the topic of today's video is that the internet isn't real, and I would like everybody to understand that, and I'd like to talk about that for a minute. I'm from a little town in the middle of nowhere, Holton, Michigan. Here it is. You can see lovely Michigan here. I'm from over on the west side in the middle of the woods. And we'll zoom on down here to my little town. Let me zoom out right here. This is a gas station my grandpa used to own. This is a bar my grandpa used to own. There used to be another bar right here. This used to be a Dodge dealership. The school's over here. It's just a little town. I think there's like 2,000 people in it. I'll drive my little guy out and drop him. You guys can take a look. This used to be something else. I don't know when Google Maps went through there, but there's the fire department. This was the Dodge dealership most of my life. This is my main street of my little town. Just a little hillbilly town out in the woods. It did fine for me. You know. Oh man, that truck moved. So, you know, a little Ranger with a roll bar, pretty typical. To get to the point here about why the internet's not real, listen to this. I saw this in a Dodge group the other day. I was offered this 1979 with a built 318 bored to 360 with new pistons and rods, a comp cam, aluminum heads, new valves and rockers, fuel injected with rails and high flow intake, built 727 transmission. None of this is real, folks. None of this is real. It's a nice enough truck. It's not a horrible piece of crap. It does have some kind of sort of custom-ish interior, but it's tech screwed together if you look a little more critically. I don't know what that's like. House carpet. It's not good. The seat's also not good, and the way that the seat back arches forward would probably be uncomfortable. It has a custom dash. It's nice enough. It's got rust holes in it. So, yeah, obviously you can't bore a 318 to a 360. If you're watching my channel, you probably know that. It doesn't appear to have aluminum heads. It does appear to have injector rails on it, so it's probably a newer Magnum. The internet isn't real. People bullshit, right? And in my little town, this is what people would do. Yeah, it's got a 350. It's fully built. 4-bolt main, 307 bored over. Oh, look, a D100. You know, they say whatever's clever, right? And if you go out and start making your purchases based on what these people tell you, if you're gullible, if you just believe it, just see what I said here. It's a stock rusty truck with random eBay crap. Yeah, it's, you know, a nice enough truck for you to enjoy, but $5,300 and this guy doesn't know what he's getting? Not so much. I made a comment in passing about headers not making any power, and that comment was directed specifically at my truck that the camera was pointed at. Everybody said, Holdner's proved it, he make power. Yeah, he did. He did prove. A 4.8 produced 330 horsepower and 335 foot-pounds of torque, swapping over to JBA shorty headers, 330 horsepower, 3 horsepower and 3 foot-pounds of torque. Holy shit, my life has changed forever now. I'm blasting off to new fucking heights here. Long tube headers, 339 horsepower and 342 foot-pounds of torque, and QTP headers made less. 330. It doesn't matter. Tested on a stock 4.8, the largest gain offered by a long tube headers was 9 horsepower. And Richard always does his test on the engine dyno. So, but then they went crazy. They got TFS heads and some crazy intake and a crazy cam. Well, it's not a crazy cam. It's about a sloppy stage 3 cam. It made 427 horsepower. When they added the shorty headers, it made 433 horsepower, so 6 more horsepower. And the long tube headers went up to 443 horsepower. So what's that, like 14 horsepower, which is why I said 12 horsepower. It's not going to change your life. I don't have headers on my truck because it changes my life. If you like headers, that's fine. If you don't, that's also fine. Here's some right here. So the other thing that I hear online all the time, and that I saw somebody say the other day, is that, you know, why are LS swaps so common? And I told them the answer is that they're not. Right? Like in my county, I live in Ionia, which is pretty far from where I'm from. Ionia is over here. My county is like this size right here. It's not very big. It's rural. I bet that there's 5 other LS swap things built by people, owned by people who built them in my town, in my county. I bet you that I could find 2,000 people who are thinking about doing an LS swap. They stop by and talk to me up on the corner all the time. I've been thinking about doing, or I've been collecting parts. They don't ever get it done. So don't think that you have to keep up with anybody on the internet, because they're not LS swapped. Like when I look, here's a truck that's LS swapped and it's hacktastic. Fuel cell in the bed for no apparent reason. A bunch of AN lines he didn't need. Picture taken with a potato. It's probably a nice enough truck. Again, you know, I drive it. I do burnouts in it. But whatever. Here's a $3,500 Wrangler. Has a fuel problem. It's all rusty. This is a stock truck engine that he threw in here, and he deloomed the harness for whatever reason and then never reloomed it. This is a Suburban. None of these are in my county, by the way. These are in the neighboring counties. The Suburban has been swapped, and again, it's another junkyard engine thrown in, which is what I advocate people to do. But you should realize that when people are out there with actual working swaps in the real world, off these Facebook groups, when you get off of LS Swaps and Solutions, for instance, or off the Driveway Engineer, for that matter, you know, it would appear that everybody's doing an LS3 like Dave here, but the reality is, no, they're not doing anything. They're buying half the parts, wishing, hoping, praying, and not really doing much of anything. What's way, way more common is won't stay running, don't have time to fix, I have a new truck. Or different direction. I love different direction. Did you know that people go a different direction from fucking IKEA? I didn't know that. Amazing. Going a different direction with my decor. Light brackets. Went in a different direction. Bolts onto a Jeep, something, I don't care. LED tails. Went in a different direction. As in, I need my rent money and I spent hundreds of dollars on these stupid LED taillights. This different direction shit works for everything. And when people ask me, I had a gentleman call me, and he's getting a lot of opinions thrown at him, right? And he doesn't know what to do. And he said, you know, my friend said that I need to beef up my suspension, I need to box my frame, and I need to do all this and that and the other thing. And I'm like, dude, I don't do any of that. My frame's my stock 42-year-old frame. The suspension's in good working order. My brakes are in good working order, you know. But I understand that I'm driving a 42-year-old truck with, you know, 4 times the power that it ever had new. So I drive accordingly. But yeah, don't let people talk you into excuse me. Don't let people talk you into doing a bunch of crazy stuff that you don't need to do. It's not necessary. Do what you feel comfortable with. Do what you want to do. Do what you feel like you have the ability to do. Do what you understand. And get your project done, man, and enjoy it. You know, I enjoy my truck, and that's really all I can say about that. I enjoy my Toyota, and it's not what everybody would do, but I like it. Here's my Toyota now, with its blue paint and yellow wheels and bed liner and Nobody liked it, but I like it, and that's what matters, and it's what was in my budget. I didn't go get a TDI, and I didn't try to make 400 horsepower, and I didn't try to jam an OM606 into it, and I didn't do all the things that the internet said. And my project is done, and it drives, and I enjoy it. Same with my truck. It's done, and it drives, and I enjoy it. So, you know, just remember the internet isn't real life. That's the point of the video, the long rambling video. Enjoy your project, enjoy the journey. If you don't enjoy the project, go buy one that's done. They're out there. Make it yours. But I enjoy working on the projects while I'm doing them, and I hope you do the same. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time on the Driveway Engineer, and be looking for some updates on the building and stuff. That should be coming. Stuff should start happening pretty soon there, so I'm excited. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.